It's never too early to start making ornaments. This is a fun activity that's good for the family and any age. So let's get to it and see if we can put something together. Here's a few things you're gonna need. You're gonna need a gel plate, some air dry clay, a roller, some cutters or something to cut out your shapes. I don't have a straw here, but a straw would be helpful. Your paints, I keep it probably advisable to keep it pretty much pastel. Some tissue. I don't have any stencils up, but stencil would be great too. Anything to create pattern and texture. And some matte medium. There's 5 easy steps with this one. We're going to go one by one as we go. Okay, preparing the clay is really not difficult. You're just going to flatten it out. You want to get it to about 1/8 of an inch. I found the first time I went around, I made it way too thin. I made it a little thicker the second time. Took longer to dry, but it worked well. Cutting out the shapes, you're just gonna press them into place and pull them off of the out of the clay. It's important that after you're done with this, you smooth out the edges and make sure the surface is nice and flat. I learned from experience that when you let this dry, you really have to be conscientious of how thick it is because it won't dry properly. Okay, let's move on to what you do with the gel plate. Working with the gel plate, it's pretty much the same as you would on paper. With the clay, you're going to want to seal it. I painted the edges before I did this. The instructions said to actually do it after the fact. Either way works. The first one I did it after the fact. This one I did it beforehand. I also gave it a primer coat. Just used the one of my colors and just painted it out so it had a surface or started with a color down. Okay, we're just laying down some color onto the gel plate. This is a 5x7. And I'm just doing some skip rolling, just getting some color variation going down on the gel plate. And the whole point on this is just create some texture, some color texture. There's no rhyme or reason to this. It's just, having some fun with it. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Pulled out my stencil, and I'm going to just press the stencil into it and lift some of the paint off. That's off the back of the stencil. You can also use tissue with it to do the same thing. It's actually my preferred method. Lay down a different color, our second color in this. This is bronze. I'm hoping that will peek through. Now these are all pretty opaque colors. They're the first colors down. So giving this some chance to pick up some color. And I'm not going to show you all the layers I put on here, but you get the idea. You're going to want to do this on both back and front. And I did them together. Now I will tell you, very messy process. And you see, if you watch saw all of it, my fingers were totally covered in paint. Now I'm not going to show all of these. Like I said, it's just going to show how the process went. You can also, after all of this, you can take out some of your collage paper, some of your wet strength tissue, and put some collage work on this. It's really it's all up to you what you end up doing with this. I did a little bit of collage work on this. I think I'd do a lot more for when it comes to the season and I start doing these more than just a lesson. But this is a great way to start looking ahead and figuring out some things you can do with the kids or have some fun with. Yeah, here I go. Put the wet strength tissue down. Just give myself. Actually, this is medical exam paper, and it just picks up the paint. So you get some pattern, some texture. And I think after we get these 3 done, I think I stop at the end of this layer. I went on to do probably 10 more layers after this. Just you keep on going till you're happy with what you see. Let's talk about the finishing touches for this. You're going to want to edge paint with a sponge or a soft brush. Maybe do some collage with some tissue paper or with some matte medium to fix it. And doodle with some paint markers. Maybe use some pastel color theory. So there's some ideas. Now, as for final assembly, I didn't do it here, but you need or you could thread some ribbon through the holes that we made and possibly hang it on a tree or something around the house for decoration. So there's a few things you can do. This was a fun project, and the use of the air dry clay and using the gel plate with it just was a lot of fun to do, and I think it could be used for any age group. So I'm hoping you got a lot out of this. As always, if you know anybody that might enjoy this content and enjoy the way it's being presented, please do share. And if you could give me a like and maybe a comment, I'd be interested in what you have to say, what you don't like, what you do like, and maybe choose one of the 3 ornaments you saw that was your favorite. Last, if you haven't already subscribed, if you could do that, it'd be wonderful. And go ahead and ring the bell. It'll help you know when I've got new content coming out. So that's it for me this week. I want to thank you very much for being here. Bye for now.